Episode 14, Quartz Crystals and the Electronic Clock. For thousands of years, humans measured time using the movement of the sun, flowing water, swinging pendulums, and spinning gears. Electricity allowed clocks to be synchronized over vast distances, but another discovery would make clocks far more accurate, cheaper to produce, and small enough to fit inside almost every home. That discovery was quartz. Quartz is an ordinary-looking mineral found in rocks all over the world. It had been used for jewelry and decoration for thousands of years, but during the late 19th century, scientists discovered something remarkable about it. When pressure is applied to a quartz crystal, it produces a tiny electrical voltage. Even more importantly, if an electrical signal is applied to the crystal, it vibrates at a very precise frequency. This property is known as the piezoelectric effect. Unlike pendulums, which can be affected by temperature changes, air pressure, friction, and movement, a quartz crystal vibrates at an extremely stable rate. Once cut to the correct size and shape, it will oscillate at almost exactly the same frequency day after day. Early quartz clocks appeared during the 1920s. They were large laboratory instruments, often occupying an entire cabinet. But they were astonishingly accurate, losing perhaps only a few seconds in an entire year. For scientists and observatories, they represented a major breakthrough. The reason quartz clocks are so accurate lies in the frequency at which the crystal vibrates. A common crystal used in modern watches vibrates 32,768 times every second. Electronic circuits simply count these vibrations. After 32,768 vibrations have occurred, exactly 1 second has passed. The process repeats endlessly, producing a highly reliable measure of time. As electronics improved, quartz clocks became smaller, cheaper, and more practical. By the 1960s, engineers had developed compact battery-powered clocks that required very little maintenance. There was no pendulum to wind, no heavy weights to lift, and no need to regularly adjust the mechanism. Then came one of the biggest revolutions in personal timekeeping. In 1969, the first commercially available quartz wristwatch was introduced. It was expensive at first, but it demonstrated that electronic watches could outperform even the finest mechanical watches. Within a few years, manufacturers around the world were producing quartz watches in enormous quantities. Prices fell dramatically, and millions of people replaced their traditional watches with electronic versions. This period became known as the Quartz Revolution. Many famous mechanical watchmakers struggled to survive. Companies that had spent centuries perfecting springs, gears, and escapements suddenly found themselves competing against inexpensive watches that were often 10 times more accurate. Today, quartz clocks and watches are everywhere. They are found in ovens, microwave ovens, alarm clocks, wall clocks, computers, and mobile phones. Even devices that receive time signals from satellites or the internet often use a quartz crystal to keep accurate time between updates. Yet quartz was not the end of the story. Scientists wanted clocks that were even more precise. Quartz crystals can drift slightly with changes in temperature and age. Although they are excellent for everyday use, they are not perfect. To achieve truly extraordinary accuracy, researchers turn their attention away from crystals and towards the atoms themselves. Atoms vibrate at frequencies that never change. By counting those vibrations, it became possible to build clocks so accurate that they would lose less than a second over millions of years. And that is where our story goes next. In the next episode, we discover how scientists used atoms to build the most accurate clocks ever created, clocks that make GPS navigation possible and allow experiments that test the very nature of space and time. Thank you for listening to episode 14 of Discovering Time. If you're enjoying the series so far, please consider liking, subscribing, and joining us for the next episode as we enter the age of the atomic clock.